Good morning, friends. My name is Jain, and I am a BTech in civil engineering. And I have brought to you this very unique series that is for anybody who is related to the field of construction. अगर आप civil engineer हैं, architect हैं, consultant हैं, contractor हैं, या मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग कर रहे हैं, you are in a construction company but in some other departments, and you want to learn about how construction happens at site, so this channel is for you. So Jain Academy is the channel that I have named it, and this channel is exclusively मेरे सिविल भाइयों के लिए. So let's begin. So this channel is a YouTube channel that is dedicated to all civil engineers and architects that I have already told. So I would just give you an insight why I have chosen this channel and this topic as a topic on my channel. So what happens is that when I want to learn anything, there is a lot of material available in construction, in civil engineering, in hydraulics, in soil engineering. There is a lot of material available in terms of articles, in terms of blogs, in terms of videos on the internet. But what happens is that they are so fragmented that it is very difficult for somebody to understand its application on a particular project. So my agenda here is to post videos that will actually give you an insight. It will actually give you an experience of the project life cycle from start to finish of a construction project. My main agenda here is to increase the employability, increase the skills of all my construction professionals in India and abroad. So let's begin. So before we begin, I will just give you a brief intro as to what exactly a project life cycle is. So a project life cycle is nothing but the cycle of a project, the life of a project. If we begin with conceptualization, it is the thinking phase as to what exactly we are going to do, what we want to do, how it should be done. So all the conceptualization involves tendering, it involves thinking, it involves land acquisition in terms of here drawings. It includes all these things that we have to do before we start a particular project. So once we have decided on what we have to do, then comes planning. So we have to plan in terms of machinery, in terms of how many men, in terms of what materials to be used, in terms of designs, in terms of drawing. So all these things we have to plan, and we have to come to a conclusion as to how we want to execute a particular project. Then comes actual execution. So in actual execution, what happens is that whatever we have planned, we try to execute it as closely as possible to the planning. And how closely are we doing that? That is being done in monitoring and control. That what is the deviation from the planned uh, execution in the planning and in the execution. Sorry, what is the main difference between what we had planned and what we are executing it at site? And finally, is of course closure. The various topics that we are going to cover in our construction project is, as you know, like when we start a project, there is tendering, there is bidding, there is rate analysis, how we bid, what are the factors that we take care when we bid for a particular project. When we start a project, what is the estimation from the drawings as to how much quantum of work is there. We will be seeing various clauses, various agreements and the contract as and when we proceed in a particular project. Now, when we have actually we are executing the project, so we come to know of day-to-day problems, that we are going to cover. Sometimes what happens is that we have executed a work and it is not there in a BOQ. I'm going to tell you about what is a BOQ, and so how to deal with items that you have already executed, and how to build those items if they are not there in your BOQ. Machinery wise, you will learn as to what machineries and what machineries to use, why, when, what is the efficiency of a machine, how much quantum of work does it do per day, and if we have a particular job, like whether we require that machinery or it has to be done manually. Do we have the work front? Do we have the enough space for the machinery to operate? And once we have done a particular work, we have to build that work. So what all documentations are required during billing, and what all documents you can maintain on a daily basis so that you don't have a problem during billing. So various types of companies that are there, you must be already knowing that are the contractor, the consultant, the architect, and my target audience is anybody who is related to the field of construction. You are from civil engineering, you are from architecture, you are from urban planning, you are from town planning, mechanical engineering, power engineering. You are in a construction company, but you are in a different department, you are in contracts, and you have to learn, you want to grow yourself, you want to grow your skills as to how projects are being executed at site. So we'll be beginning with a very small project in the starting, but obviously we'll be going on to a much bigger project. So at the starting, we'll be taking a very small project, and you will be acquainted to various things as a site engineer. एक छोटी सी कंपनी में, in a small company, you a site engineer does almost all the work. So like he is the actual execution person at site. He is the face of the company to the client. He is the one who is maintaining all the documents. He is planning everything. He is procuring the materials. He is executing the work at site. He is doing everything. So, as I've already told you before, my target audience is anybody from the field of construction. You may be a college student, you may be a fresher, you may be a profession in working in some other field of civil engineering, and small companies, owners who want to learn new things. So another thing I would like to mention before I start my actual project is that we will be using codal provisions. We'll be using IS codes. I will be telling you clauses that when you have to execute a particular work, what is the parameters, what are the acceptability standards, what are the expectations of you when you go to a site, and what all things you should know. A very small thing that I would like to mention is that you have to reconcile steel on a monthly basis on every bill. You have to have a reconciliation, and sometimes the client gives a percentage of the amount of wastage allowed. So, like I will be telling you, I will be giving you a clause like on how much steel wastage is allowed as per the standards, and so that you are better acquainted to when you go there, when you go in actual field, when you go in actual billing, you should know what is the clause that mentions as to how much reconciliation of steel is allowed. So our first project is going to be a construction of a 66 kVA ST trench. If you don't know what's an ST trench, I will tell you it's a sort of a drain. It's an RCC drain that we are going to cover. It's a very small project. It's just rupees 65 lakh rupees, and I have chosen this project because um, this is a project that has a typical drawing. It has a typical section, and the drawing that we start with is going to continue till the end. So there is not much revisions in the drawing currently. So, and we are going to cover basic aspects of excavation, how to start a project, how to plan a project, how to estimate the project, and once we go on all the scheduling problems, all the work front problems. So we are going to cover many things in this. And the last thing I would like to request you is to please subscribe to my channel and share to all my civil engineers friends, all my people who are there in the construction industry. You please subscribe and share my channel. And that's all from today. And this is my first video. I'll be posting more videos. So thank you.